Hello, today we're going to use the Sketchbook Express application for iPad to draw a city using our rectangle tool, and also we're going to use emoji to add people and signs to the buildings in our city. We're going to use the Sketchbook app, so please look for the white S on a blue square. Please join me by reviewing all the Sketchbook Express application icons. Gallery, add new sketch, I for information, undo arrow, redo arrow, brush editor, draw styles, free draw, line tool, rectangle tool, circle tool, symmetry, text, transform, layers. The text icon is where we're going to find emoji today. When you tap on the three dots, tap the letter A for text, and you will see a regular keyboard. If you want to change your keyboard to emoji, you press the smiley face right beside of the space bar, and that will let you do emoji. To begin with, I'm going to use my rectangle tool to quickly draw some buildings in my city. In my brushes, I can see when I turn on my marker and make it black that I'm ready to start drawing nice, thick, straight lines. And then when I turn on my draw styles, I'll select the rectangle tool to help me draw my buildings. I'm also using rectangle tool to add some doors and some windows. I might even add a porch with some steps on it to get into some of those buildings. If you don't like what you did, you can just tap the undo arrow to go back in time and take away the last mark that you made. I'm going to go ahead and plan that this is going to be one of my stores, so I'll put a large sign at the top of it. I'm going to put a sign on the top of this building too. And later I can type and add emojis in those signs. Not every building has a rectangular sign on top, but many of them do. You might also plan your building to have more than one door. Next, I'll use my fill bucket. Hello, fill bucket, to add some color to my city. My city is going to be at night, so I chose to do a dark gray sky. You could also choose to do a dark blue sky for a city at night. And I'm going to add some color to my buildings. You could choose any colors you'd like to for your buildings. Since my city is going to be at night, I'm also going to choose to add some lights to some of my buildings, or at least make it look like there's light in the windows. In some of those buildings, the lights might be turned off. You can select any colors that you like. I'm also going to add some color into my signs. I'm going to make them very bright signs so that people can see them even at night. And I'm also going to take just a moment to draw my moon in the sky. And add some stars using the airbrush tool. Now I'm ready to add some emoji. When I'm adding emoji, I can do two things. I can type, because I do want to type some name, so I'm going to press the dot 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 and the letter A for text. Whenever I'm typing using emoji, I always get the last word that I typed. And when I'm ready to move it, I just touch my screen with two fingers. If you're on the word free right here, you can pick up the word with two fingers and move it wherever you would like. So I'm going to leave this right at the top of the building to help you remember what the emoji keyboard is called. There are lots of fun symbols in here. I press done when I'm finished that word, and then I press the three dots, dot dot dot, the letter A for text, and again I get the last word that I typed. So at this point I'm going to press the small X right here to clear out the words. You could also press the backspace and go back just one letter at a time. But I'm going to press the small X to clear it out. And I'm going to name one of my stores. I'm going to name it a restaurant. I'm going to name it Pizza Hut. So I need a capital P. I press the shift arrow to get a capital P, I-Z-Z-A, and then the space bar to get a space, and then the shift arrow to get capital H-U-T. And then I can, if I'm on free, I can grab it with two fingers and put it right in the middle of my sign. But I'm not done yet. I want to add a slice of pizza to my Pizza Hut sign. So let me look in my emoji. I'm going to tap the smiley face. And there are lots of emoji in here. On the left you can see my recently used emoji. And when I swipe through to the right, you can see lots of different emoji. In particular, I'm looking for one that has food on it so I can find a piece of pizza. And there it is right there. I can add my pizza. It's going to appear right next to my letters Pizza Hut. I'm going to grab it with two fingers and slide it over just a little bit so it all fits on the sign nicely. And once I have it exactly where I want, I'm going to press Done. Look in the top right hand corner and you will see the word done. Once you press done, that word is stuck there. You can't move it. I could press undo arrow and take it away immediately, but I want to keep adding to my town. I'm going to come back and press dot 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 and the letter A for text. I get the last word that I typed, so I tap the small X to take that word out of the box. And now I'm going to give my next building a sign. I think on my next building I'm going to call it a barber shop, but I'm going to name my barber shop. I'm going to name it Tight Cuts. So I press the shift arrow for a capital T, I-G-H-T, space, and then shift arrow to get a capital C-U-T-S. I'm going to change the style of my font. And I'm going to change the color of my letters. And then I'm going to grab it with two fingers. If I'm on the word free at the top, I can grab my word with two fingers and put it right over there into the space I put for my sign. Now, I'm going to leave a little space at the end of it and see if I can find an emoji to add. So I'll leave my letters there, but tap the space bar and then tap the smiley face to get to my emoji. Let's see if I have some scissors or a sign that looks like it might belong at a barber shop. There are lots of street signs. I also want to point out that there are some emoji that we are not going to use. Our principal has asked that even though there are emoji in here that have guns and swords and bombs and other things, let's make sure we only use emoji that are appropriate for school. So please don't use those particular emoji. Here's the sign I'm looking for. This pole represents a barbershop. Now, let me make sure that it fits onto my sign. I'm going to spread with 2 fingers until it fills up my sign nice and straight. And then once I have it exactly where I want, I press done. Right here in the top right hand corner, press the word done. Now that word is stuck there. Now I'd like to do some other emoji to decorate my city. So I'm going to press dot 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 and the letter A for text. I'll tap the small X right here to clear my text box, and let's see what emoji I have that I could add. I could add some street signs. We have lots of street signs in here. I could also add some flags on some of my buildings. I might show that there are patriotic people living in some of these buildings and add their flag. So outside of this building, I'm going to put the American flag flying. And then I press done. I press dot 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 to get to text. I'm going to press the small X to take that emoji out. And let me find another one. I'm going to go back to the beginning. There are also some characters. There's some people that I could put down here. Like I could put this person riding a bike. And I could pick what kind of clothes and color I would like for them to have. And I can put my bike down here on the ground. I'm going to make it the right size for my city. I don't want to make my bicyclist too large or too small. So I'm going to put him the right size and place to belong in this city. And then I press done. I'm going to press undo. I think I made him a little bit large. So I'm going to press text. I'll get my emoji again. This time make him a little bit smaller, small enough to walk into one of the buildings. And then done. Now dot 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 and text. Use the small X to take away that emoji. Tap the smiley face. And let's find another character to put into our city. You could certainly use any of these animals. I'm going to pick a chicken and put a chicken in one of my windows up here. Using 2 fingers to put it exactly where I want. And once I have it in the window where I would like to place my chicken, then I will press done. Then I press the 3 dots for text again. I use the small X to clear out my emoji. I'm going to tap the smiley face to get to my emoji again. And now over in this window, I think I'll put a family. And they're looking out into the city below. And done. Now press the dot 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 and the letter A for text again. I'll tap the small X to take away what's in my box, and then the smiley face to get to some more emoji. I think I'll pick a picture of a girl getting her hair cut to go into the tight cuts window. And that shows this is a barbershop and people are getting their hair cut. I'm going to try to line it up so she's right in the corner of that window. And then I press done. Then I press the 3 dots and text again. Press the small X to clear out your emoji. And press the smiley face to get your emoji again. I think I'll add a guy running down the street. Again, I don't want to make him too large or too small. I think I'll position him so he's walking into the patriotic building right here. And I want to make him about the same size as my bicyclists. And then once I'm finished, I press done. I press the 3 dots to get to the letter A for text again. Once I tap text, I'll use the small X to clear out my emoji and the smiley face to get to another emoji. Next, I think I'd like to put a car on my street. There's some great cars that are included in here. And I saw one that I really like, and that is this red race car right here. If I'm on free, I can just grab it with 2 fingers if I'm on the word free. But if I select move, I can just use 1 finger to move it down and it will not get moved around. I cannot use 2 fingers to make it larger though. I have to use this button, the slider, to make it larger. And I'll park it right there as if the guy walking into the building just got out of that car. And once I'm finished, I press done. I could continue by adding lots of emoji to my city, but I want to take just a moment and type my name. So please press ... and the letter A for text. Tap the small X to clear out your emoji, and to start your name, make sure you press Shift arrow to get a capital letter. Capital M-R period capital W-E-L-L-S, and use 2 fingers to move your name down to the bottom. This is where artists put their name in the bottom right hand corner. And then press done. I can't wait to see what else you add to your Emoji Town. When you finish, press the plus and the blue word save to save your work.